It's Friday. Welcome to the show. I am Miriam Longe, and with me, as usual, are my co-host Obiajulu BC Ugo.
Yes, darling.
How are you?
Excellent morning, everyone. I am grateful. So one of my soft goals this year was to have more compassion for myself and for people around me, because I realized that I often judge myself too harshly. People don't know because I'm very optimistic, I'm always smiling. You really don't know when I'm going through anything, but I realized with some of the coaching sessions that I had, I realized that you're quite very harsh on yourself in terms of where I think I should have been by now, what I think I should have been doing. And sometimes when you're so hard like that, you forget the blessings that are just all around you, forget all the things that God is doing in your life. So I had a meeting yesterday with one of my marketing strategists, and she was asking me some questions, and I was just like, okay. And she was like, your business is just how many years old? And you've achieved this, and this. And I'm like, He said, yes, I've been coaching a lot of people who have done 10 years, and they're just getting to this place and this place and this place. I have... See my book. See everything I've ticked. So why do you need me? Why am I here? I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know I was doing that well. And she said, relax, madam. This is business. There are ups, there are downs. And that just reminded me of one of my softer goals of just be compassionate to yourself. You're okay, you're doing well. You are where you are meant to be at this particular time. Important this is just an encouragement to anyone who's feeling like, life is this, life is that. I'm not where I ought to be. You are where you are ought to be at this moment. Just keep moving.
I think that's a very important message.
I agree.
Moyolistic Moyo.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning. You're all looking lovely.
Yes, so are you.
Thank you. And I'm also in a cheerful mood because it's not easy every day to see a blessed man that has been blessed with the gift of old age, the gift of life. We all pray that we'll end up in our 80s, in our 90s, in our 100. If anybody wants to live more than that, but at least. So I want to use this opportunity to give a wonderful birthday shout out to Professor Onani Ahmed bin Salahuddin as he turns 81 years today.
Wow.
Your daddy?
Grandpapa, to Professor Olani Ahmed bin Salahuddin. So he's one of Nigeria's foremost insurance leader. He's a pioneer in the country's brokering profession, and he has spent more than 4 decades shaping Nigerian insurance landscape and nurturing industry talents. Wow. So today is his birthday, so we want to use this opportunity to wish him happy birthday from all of us at TVC and then from the Nigerian insurance industry players. So we wish him many, many more in good health, in prosperity, and in joy. 81 years.
81 more years. I will wish him 81 more years.
81 more years. No, I'm wishing him 19 more years. Because my own limit is 100. After 100,
okay.
So many more.
I am super excited today. Juma Mubarak. There's this my uncle, Kawu. We call uncle in Hausa. Kawu means uncle. He's coming into town. Okay. And guess what he's coming with? He's coming with my special hurrah. Fura the Nunu. I'm excited. I'm so excited. And again, he's also going to bring my Zekamu Kuka.
Oh.
So you see, there's this me and Kuka that we eat with two. The last one that they sent to me was not so good. So I didn't like it. But this one now, they've brought the original.
It's always in two types.
Yes,
I love kuka.
Yes. Honestly, they are going to have me and kuka with my tool. You understand, especially the tool that stays overnight.
Please send me.
So this is the one we'll come and visit you. This is the time we'll come to visit you.
Come and enjoy. Come and enjoy.
I'm so happy for you.
Tool galore.
Miriam, you are a suspect. Where are you going to after the show?
I have an event.
So nice.
We said it.
I have an event.
I'm following her. I'm following you.
You are your bodyguard today.
Okay, no problem. But let me just say this. There's this misinformation I saw yesterday on social media, and this woman was talking about how to clean your teeth for those yellowing or you have tartar. Some people call it calculus, and she said that you should put baking soda, lime, lemon in warm water. What else did she say? Oh, vinegar. And put it together in the warm water and then
drink it.
Take it.
Jesus.
Please, people, I'm telling you,
Jesus.
Don't do that. There's so many people who were agreeing with her, but some people tried to question her, and she was insisting that what she's saying is right.
What?
Lemon, vinegar affects your teeth badly. You don't want to do that. The only way you can use baking soda for your teeth, you can create a paste, use hydrogen peroxide, put cotton wool, and then wipe your teeth once in a while, not even every day of the week. So I just said I should put that out quickly.
Now is now everybody just consultant in front of you. And
so let's go on a short break. When we come back, we'll look at today's papers. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thank you for staying with us. And now today's papers, we're starting with The Nation. The major headline in The Nation, Edu, building on reform gains for better results, our goal. Cost of living pressures remain elevated, says NESG. EU removes Nigeria from terrorism financing list. It's a boost for nation's financial standing. Then we have peace we enjoy due to vigilance, sacrifice, says Tinubu. Fallen heroes won't be forgotten. There's a picture of our VP laying the wreath yesterday. At the bottom strip, we have Anyoku Amuka canvas, True Federalism at Okpadokun's book presentation. Top strip, we've got December inflation settled at 15.15%, 15%. NRS, no VAT on bank transfers. And at the very top, Barrow receives Atiku's son into APC. It's his choice, says the ex-VP. ASU, Konwa, hopeful on pact with federal government. And the last story here, Alafin rejects Olubadan's chairmanship of Oba's Council. What do we have in The Nation?
Let me take ASU. So the president of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, Professor Chris P. Wuna, has praised the federal government's presentation of renegotiated agreements between the union and the government. This happened as the Congress of University Academics, that's CONWA, acknowledged the conclusion of the renegotiation process between the federal government and the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, in 2025. Now, the new rapport, CONWA noted, arose from the 2009 agreement that had remained unresolved for many years. But Piwuna said there were still pending issues which he described as internal, militating against the progress and survival of the university system. So the ASU president listed this as government's persistent encroachment into the autonomy of universities. We've talked about it so many times. He also stressed that university autonomy is universally recognized as a cornerstone, a functional higher education system, adding that in Nigeria, although university autonomy is recognized in principle and partially entrenched in law, it's practically the implementation is not practical at all. Yeah, it remains very, very weak. So he says, finally, we are optimistic that the agreement will be implemented in totality by the federal government, but there still exists that pessimistic side. Looking at our history with the government and the poverty of sincerity, he says it's our belief that the union will not need to issue a strike threat for the full implementation of the 2025 ASU federal government renegotiated agreement. The ASU president also expressed gratitude that research and development, which is R&D, funding is now a component of the 2025 ASU federal government renegotiated agreement, saying that Nigerian universities have faced paucity of research funding for a very long time. So it also went ahead to talk about the economic situation in the country. He said it's hard for even the university system and the citizens. So we're still looking into this.
Okay.
Okay, so I have the EU. They said the EU removes Nigeria from terrorism financing list.
Nice one.
Yes.
They said the federal government has lauded the European Union's removal of Nigeria from the high-risk and terrorism financing lists. They said the federal government described the removal of Nigeria from this list of high-risk third countries for anti-money laundering and countering the financing of terrorism as a major boost to the country's global financial credibility. They also said that the Director of Information and Public Relations at the Ministry of Finance, that's Mohammed Manga, said in a statement that the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy said that, that's Mr. Wale Edu, he attributed the action to the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And according to him, he said the milestone reflects the president's extraordinary leadership, unwavering political will, and clear reform vision, which prioritized the AML-CFT reforms as a core element of Nigeria's economic governance and financial stability agenda. At least for the first time now, we have good news coming from the Western country about us, and it's a very nice one.
Yeah, Moyo.
Thank
Okay,
God.
the
one I have here, congratulations, yes. Peace we enjoy due to vigilance, sacrifice, says Tinubu, fallen heroes won't be forgotten. And here they said the peace that we enjoy in many parts of the country is due to the vigilance and sacrifice of the armed forces. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said yesterday, and he has also assured families of fallen heroes that their sacrifice will not be forgotten. The president, who led Nigerians to observe the 2026 Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day, AFCRD for short, has also reaffirmed his administration commitment to the welfare and dignity of serving armed forces personnel. Then the president was represented by at the ceremony in Abuja by the Vice President Kashim Shettima, as other governors were also not left out in honoring our fallen heroes. And the president has also come to say that one of the messages that he passed on the official X handle of our president at official BATS, president said, he said, as president and commander-in-chief, I reaffirm my commitment to the welfare and dignity of the armed forces. A secure Nigerian stands behind those who defend it. We'll continue to support them in action. And he also said that this is now a 1 week long honor for them to remember the brave men and women at the Nigerian Armed Forces who have sacrificed everything for our country. He said their name might not be remembered, but their courage sustain our freedom and peace, and the nation will not forget them. And he has also reassured Nigerians that it's important to appreciate those who have made those sacrifices, those who have lost their life, their family members, those who were injured, and those who are still serving. And he said together that we are going to encourage them, and we are going to keep reminding Nigerians, and they will keep, supporting them and making life better for them.
Yes, that's important message. But let's go on a short break. When we come back, we'll continue with the papers. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
In 3, 2, 1, we are live.
Welcome to Eastland. I'm on the black carpet, and of course, it's Jubril of Lagos.
Well, that's it on Socialville.
When I say, I dare fool.
You already have Destiny Alpha. I know that.
I go shoot out for you.
You already know, guys. Eastlash can be the best of entertainment, the best of energy, best of everything you need to get your day going. It's Eastlash every weekday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on TVC Entertainment.
Keeping hope alive.
We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silenced, even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade.
And the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
our music, and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer planting seeds in faith, believing in rain and harvest.
Hope is the youth unafraid to rise, rewriting the story of our tomorrow.
Hope is us,
Millions of voices
refusing to give up on the promise of this land.
Nigeria, our independence is not just history.
It is a call to keep believing,
to keep building, to keep hoping.
Now hope
they carry us.
Even when wahala they choke, we stand gidigba.
Hope they waka with us for downfall.
They gist with us for buka.
No matter the gbege, our spirit no fit scatter.
Hope now that pikin where they read ABCD
and still get ogbonge dream for hearts.
Hope now the mama where they fry akara, we see the reason say
tomorrow go soft for her.
Naija, your freedom na promise.
Say hope go always come, no matter wetin happen.
Think fast.
Thank you for staying with us. We're still reviewing the papers, and the next paper is The Punch. Major headline: U.S. votes $430 million for security operations in Nigeria and others. We have the picture here. Armed Forces Day, Tinubu governor celebrates soldiers, fallen heroes. And then at the top, Atiku's son joins APC, backs Tinubu's re-election. Rivers crisis, assembly shelves sitting amid rumored plot against speaker. And Alafin kicks as Makinde installs Ladoja, chairman of Oba's council. What do we have in the Punch?
I have a story in the papers. So they said two Nigerians, Chukwudi Okafor, 31, and Samuel Eze, 34, who are living in India, have been arrested for allegedly beating their friend Emeka Christian to death following a dispute over a woman in Pune, India. They said that it occurred in the Pisoli Pusungi area of Pune in the early hours of Monday. And according to the reports, Wednesday, the victim, a 40-year-old garment trader legally residing in India, they said his visa is valid till 2027, had gone to the apartment of the Nigerian woman on Sunday night because they were having a small party. And they started, arguing about who is dating who is in a romantic relationship with who. And on his way out, he was going to the car when one of them attacked him, hit him with a very hard object, and he collapsed. By the time they had taken him to the hospital, he lost his life. Now they are saying that this happens one too many times in India. Last year, there were two people who also murdered their friend in India. So investigations are ongoing. They've arrested one of the persons. The other two are at large. The police has launched a full investigation. We can argue with our mouths. Does he have to get to the point where we are killing people?
Who else?
Okay, here this one says son allegedly sets aged father ablaze in Delta State. All right, they said tragedy struck at Udu local government area of Delta State on Wednesday as a young man identified as Saturday Okutu set his aged father per Chicago Okutu ablaze while under the influence of drugs. Eyewitness said the tragedy incident followed a violent confrontation involving the suspects. Community sources also witnessed the incident. They reported that the young man had been allegedly smoking a hard drug, probably known as Colorado, before the attack. And the situation reportedly escalated into physical assault, after which the suspect set the house on fire, leading to the untimely death of the elderly man. The shocking development has thrown residents of the community into mourning, and it has renewed serious concern over the rising abuse of hard drugs among youths in local communities. The immediate past president general of the community, Moses Uchera, he condemned the act and called for urgent action against drug abuse, as well as increased public awareness to prevent further loss of life. Well, they said investigation has started into the matter, and more details will be released.
Okay, thank you. Let me take the major headline. Okay. They say U.S. votes $430 million for security operations in Nigeria and other African countries. So that is in Naira is 510 87 billion naira that the United States plan to spend on counter-insurgency operations in Nigeria and other African countries in 2026. They said that this budget for the U.S. Africa Command comes against the backdrop of the Christmas Day attacks on terrorist hideouts in Sokoto State by the Trump administration. On Tuesday, AFRICOM delivered a consignment of military equipment to Nigerian security agencies as part of ongoing efforts to strengthen security operations across the country. And the NDAA 2026 is a comprehensive bill that outlines defense policy priorities and authorizes $901 billion in annual military spending with a 4% rise. With a 4% raise for troops. That is a lot of financial commitment to Nigeria.
How do they think we would have been able to solve it ourselves with this amount of money?
So as happy as I am that this means a fight against insurgency, I'm wondering what would the give back be? It cannot be for charity. They're putting a lot. Of money into that. Do you have a story?
Yeah, so I have a story from, they said Atiku's son joins APC. Abba, send the cook. They said the son of the former vice president, he was in PDP before and now has defected from that PDP to APC. And is pledging to work for the re-election of the new President Bola Tinubu. They also said that they are saying that it's being viewed within political circles as a symbolic and strategic blow to Atiku's presidential ambition and a major boost to the APC's consolidation efforts, particularly in the Northeast. They said he was received by the Deputy President of the Senate, that's Senator Barrow Jibrin, alongside key APC leaders from the Northeast geopolitical zone, in what party leaders described as a significant political realignment. I'm just hoping and praying that I hope he knows what he's doing.
I mean, politicians are just politicians. I don't know what it means. Politically, maybe it's just okay, but for me as a person, if I'm running for office and then you don't join my own party as my child, I don't know.
Exactly. Going
again, politicians are different. Let's look at our next paper, the Daily Sun. Major headline, I won't forget slain soldiers, says our president. ADC faults Tinubu's absence at Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration. Court fixes March 16 for DSS to open case against 2 Ansaru commanders. Dangote Cement targets 90 million tons, splashes 15 billion naira on distributors. Alafin absent as Makinde inaugurates Olubadan as chairman, Oyo State Council of Obas. And at the top, we have federal government not charging VAT on banking services. What do we have in the Sun?
The VAT. So they said there's a lot of confusion that has surrounded the notice from some commercial banks informing customers of their intention to collect 7.5% value-added tax on various electronic transactions. They said the Nigerian Revenue Service had asked anxious depositors to calm down. Well, I didn't get such a notice, but I don't know. They said many people did. So they went ahead to clarify that the VAT had always applied to the fees, commissions and charges for services rendered by the banks and other financial institutions under Nigeria's long-established VAT regime. And this was a statement by Dari Adekombi, Special Advisor on Media to the NRS Chairman Zak Adedeji. And they explained that the Nigerian Tax Act did not introduce VAT on banking charges, nor did it impose any new tax obligation on customers in this regard. They said it did not introduce VAT, it didn't impose it, and they are talking to members of the public and stakeholders to disregard misinformation, to rely exclusively on official communications for accurate, authoritative, and up-to-date tax information. Now, they went ahead to say that there's no tax on the interest earned savings in your accounts, your fixed deposits, similar bank deposit is not subjected to tax. What they have is taxing, for instance, if a bank charges 10 naira for a transfer, they tax that transaction, VAT on that transfer charge.
Any other story?
Yes, okay. This one, LRS reaffirms January deadline for tax return filing. The Lagos State Internal Revenue Service has reiterated the January 31st, 2026 deadline for all employers of labor in Lagos State to fulfill their statutory obligation to file their annual tax return for the year 2025 financial year. In a statement issued on Thursday yesterday, the chairman of LRS, Dr. Ayodele Sobao, informed employers that the obligation to file the annual return is in accordance with the provision of the Nigerian Tax Administrative Act 2025, and he explained that employers are required to file detailed returns on emoluments and compensation paid to their employees, as well as payments made to their service provider, vendors and consultants. And he said that failure to do this one, comply, will definitely lead to statutory sanction, including administrative penalties, as prescribed under the new tax law. He noted that according to Section 14 of the Nigerian Tax Administration Act 2025, employers are required to file detailed annual return of all emoluments paid to employees, including taxes deducted and remitted to the relevant tax authority. Such return, he said, must be filed and submitted no later than January 31st of each year. So this year, 31st of January, not will be sanctioned.
Okay, I think that's all we have in the Daily Sun. Let's move on to the Vanguard. And the major headline in the Vanguard, 152 trillion naira debt driven by forex rates adjustment reforms, says the finance minister. How military incursion arrested Nigeria's growth, Anyoku, Amuka, Okpadoku, others. At the top, Rivers Assembly fails to resume amid impeachment saga. Armed Forces Remembrance Day, Tinubu, Shatima, governors, others pay tributes to fallen heroes. Abducted doctor in Edo regains freedom after 50 million naira ransom. And at very top, 2026 budget, ministry votes over 500 million naira for makeup artists, hairdressers, grinding machines. What do we have in the Vanguard?
Okay, so I have where they said the ministry votes over 500 million for makeups. They said the Federal Ministry of Works has proposed to spend over 500 million on training of hairdressers, makeup artists, and also supply of grinding machines, motorcycles, minivans, and anti-drug abuse sensitization in selected states. They said some of these states, they said some of them, okay, so they are now breaking it down. They said they supply a yet to be determined number of grinding machines to women in Ndokwa Federal. So they are going to, the sum of 35 million will be going to that. And also another 35 million was proposed for the training and empowerment of women on hairdressing and makeup and soup making in Shandam, in Plateau State. And also there's another one, there's a budget, they said there's 70 million empowerment and training of youths and 7 retirees on different skills and trade equipment in Gombe State. So they all have all different amounts for different states on what they are going to do. Okay. So you should go and, you know, read up.
Yeah. Who else?
Yeah, okay. Adopted doctor in Edo regains freedom after 50 million naira ransom. So the story here is, this happened in Benin City, where the kidnapped doctor from Auchi, Edo State, Dr. Tahim Abu, and his brother that was kidnapped, he finally regained his freedom after his family paid a ransom of 50 million naira. And Dr. Abu and his younger brother were adopted January 2nd at their residence in Auchi. And the father of the victim said the ransom was paid in 2 parts, 20 million naira first and 30 million naira before his son was released on Wednesday morning at around 8 a.m. He added that the ransom was raised through combined effort from family members, donation from non-governmental organizations, friends, and other well-wishers. He said he's happy and grateful that his son has been released after the ransom of 50 million naira, but he's grateful for him, but he also mourned his other son that was killed because he was kidnapped with his younger brother. So the younger brother was killed. So he said he's saddened by that one. And he said his son also, the one that was released, was also grazed by a bullet, but is receiving treatment at the hospital. So the Edo State Police Command, PPRO, he has confirmed the release of the victim on Thursday.
That's painful.
Very painful.
So I have a Makodi residents of Turan district in Kwande, local government area, local government of Benue State, were once again plunged into grief following a fresh attack by suspected armed herders that claimed the lives of 2 farmers and displaced several others. The attack happened on Wednesday afternoon in Imande Avo and extended to a nearby community of Abande and Mbaiko in Turan district, and it was carried out by armed men who invaded the area, causing panic and forcing residents to flee their different homes. So they identified the people that have been killed, Elder Abu Alam and his son Ikia. They said both are peaceful farmers who were attacked while going about their daily farming activities. A former councillor in Kwande local government, Mr. Lawrence, confirmed the incident and expressed deep concern over the recurring violence in the area. They are pleading and asking that the government should not forget them and do something about it. At the time of this report, they said he had contacted the police public relations officer, DSP Udeme, and she's yet to receive the information on the incident.
Right. That's all we can take on the papers today. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we'll look at our hot topics. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right.
Win big. We cash. The game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments. Just quick questions, quick moves, and free cash. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough for quick cash? Scan the barcode on your screen, and you just might get a chance to take your shot at instant fortune. Quick cash, showing Mondays and Fridays on TVC Entertainment.
Every clash of ideas begin the same way. Differences could be a disagreement,
two voices, two views, standing apart,
or an argument.
a battle to win, to prove, or to conquer.
Both are born from differences. One can open the door to respect.
Sound, are you ready?
And the other close it with fire. Two perspectives, but one big issue.
Are you good?
Yes, I'm good to go. So do we argue to fight or disagree to understand?
3, 2, 1, we are live.
This is the big...
You guys, this was the gist about Irasta and Rema now.
You day wine. It's all over my FYP, but me I don't know sha. Cause fake blogs yakpa. And if you ask me, it's giving sauce.
Listen, I just checked the new TVC Entertainment WhatsApp channel like right now, and they just dropped the update.
Are you for
Oh, no cap.
I've actually been noticing those guys. They're always on it 100. Like they always post the gist before anyone else. Me, I love them, oh, and that's on period.
Like I just aligned with them like last week, and they've been dropping back to back.
Facts. I love how it's straight from the source. No cap, no fake news, just pure entertainment.
I low-key feel like an insider right now.
I know, right?
TVC be cooking.
Real talk. It's like Gist Express, premium gist on cruise mode. Always first, always legit.
Clock it.
Clock it.
You know what, guys? I just joined
Active.
Jess is right. What you're trying to say to you is, for your premium entertainment content, scan the QR code on your screen right now to join the TVC Entertainment WhatsApp channel.
Of course, it's Jubril of Lagos.
Well, that's it on Socialville.
When I say, I dare fool.
You already have Destiny Helper. I know that. They will not rest.
I go shoot out for you.
You already know, guys. E-Splash give you the best of entertainment, the best of energy, best of everything you need to get your day going.
It's E-Splash every weekday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on TVC Entertainment.
Think fast, play smart, win big. We cash. The game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments. Just quick questions, quick moves, and free cash. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough for quick cash? Scan the barcode on your screen, and you just might get a chance to take your shot at instant fortune. Quick cash, showing Mondays and Fridays on TVC Entertainment.
Martin Luther King Jr. was born in Atlanta, Georgia, January 15, 1929. The son of a Baptist minister, King received a doctorate degree in theology and in 1955 helped organize the first major protest of the African American civil rights movement, the successful Montgomery bus boycott. King participated in and led marches for the right to vote, desegregation, labor rights, and other civil rights. He advocated civil disobedience and non-violent opposition against segregation in the South, influenced by Mahatma Gandhi. The peaceful protests he led throughout the American South were often met with violence. Nonetheless, Dr. King and his supporters were persistent and the movement gained momentum. Dr. King was a powerful orator. He appealed to Christian and American ideals and won growing support from the federal government and Northern White. In 1963, Bayard Rustin and A. Philip Randolph led the massive march on Washington for jobs and freedom. The event's grand finale was King's famous I Have a Dream speech. 250,000 people gathered outside the Lincoln Memorial to hear the stirring speech. In 1964, the civil rights movement achieved two of its greatest successes: the ratification of the 24th Amendment, which abolished the poll tax, and the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which prohibited racial discrimination in employment and education and outlawed racial segregation in public facilities. In the same year, King became the youngest person to win the Nobel Peace Prize. In the late 1960s, King openly criticized U.S. involvement in Vietnam and turned his efforts to winning economic rights for poor Americans. He was a leader of the American Civil Rights Movement and organized a number of peaceful protests as head of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, including the March on Washington in 1963. He was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee on April 4th, 1968.
Thank you for staying with us. Now we're starting with a special feature, and we have with us medical law consultant and vice president of the World Association of Medical Law, Otumba Laolu Osoyin, who would offer expert insight into medical risk, negligence, and accountability, explaining why not every poor medical outcome amounts to malpractice under the law. Welcome to the show, Otumba.
Thanks for having me. Yeah. Happy New Year to you all.
Happy New Year to you as well. So, not too long ago, we had, Nigeria was talking about the very sad and tragic loss that a renowned author, Chimamanda, just passed through, where she lost her son to, circumstances that are still being investigated. And we've heard words like medical negligence, being thrown around. And, one part of the conversation seems to be that's all it is. The outcome is medical negligence. But, there are other parts of the conversation saying that maybe there were other medical risks. What other outcome, apart from medical negligence, could have, what else could have caused this outcome apart from medical negligence? Well, also, discussing it, we need to pay attention to the loss that has just happened and to, the state of the family right now. So I don't want to come across as being insensitive, but I think it's also important to discuss that side of medical risk that can occur, not necessarily out of negligence.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thanks for having me here. Also, I'll use this opportunity to, fortunately, say my condolences to Chimamanda and her family. It's, as a parent myself, I can only just imagine the devastation that has occurred. So we pray that she gets the fortitude to bear the loss. However, in the course of my work, unfortunately, we get to see this on a daily basis. whereby patients or relatives of patients are unhappy with outcomes. And lots of times as well, we find instances where such dissatisfaction will lead to allegations of negligence. That is not to say that all those allegations actually stick. There are indeed instances whereby we found along the line, yes, there might have been some ancillary surrounding factors, but probably not all of them might lead to, the cause of death or the cause of the, desired outcome. So that is why it's always very important for us to be circumspect.
Okay.
When things like this occur, we tend to always advise that before pronouncements are made, blanket pronouncements are made, we always advise for thorough investigations to be done. And that is one of the reasons why at times we find that in this part of the world, professionals are vilified without thorough investigations. I cast your mind back to an educational institution here in Lagos that had a challenge with a student or somebody staying within their facility, and then the rumors went around, then allegations went around, occult, poison, sodomy, different things went around. And then people were arrested, some people left the school, some people relocated abroad, some people had their lives threatened. And by the time thorough investigations, but totally different. Now we find out that the energy we use in vilifying practitioners is not the same when the outcome is different. So when I do my practice cases, butcher doctor, the doctor was negligent, then it's headline. Then by the time we go through the rigors of investigation, we find it at the back page in between obituary and sports. The same media houses, the same platforms that had the energy and effrontery to make so much noise about that allegation of negligence. By the time investigations are done, and we now find out, that person had end-stage renal failure, that person had end-stage cancer, that person had, you understand my point? Then
but
they're not using.
Is it, how do we then distinguish between medical negligence and, a problem of complications, medical complication? How is it possible to, because I think it's a thin line. Most times the family members are not in the theater. Even if they're in the theater, they don't know what is supposed to be used and what is not supposed to be used. So it's usually a thin line. But do you think we can actually verify that this one is a case of medical complication and this one is a case of negligence?
When health workers make errors and are negligent, they should be held accountable. There should always be a standard. There should always be accountability for what you have done, actions or inactions. However, for every treatment, for every procedure, there's what we call informed consent. Now, informed consent is that you're taking my father into the theater. These are the probable outcomes that will, this is what you want to do. This might be the side effects. This might be the life-altering circumstances surrounding this procedure. This might be, he might die. He might bleed out, he could get an infection. When you tell a patient the entire gamut of what is probably can happen, the law we call it reasonable foreseeability. That is reasonably foreseeable that your husband will get an infection, that he might die, that he might bleed, that there might be complications. He might not even get better. So we are trying to, but you give that patient the whole helicopter view. And then the complication arises. You have simply reminded that patient of what you have said earlier. But at times, and I'll be honest here, we find practitioners, particularly in big facilities or even government facilities, consultants in particular, who work as demigods, and then it is the nurses and the junior doctors who are the ones educating the patients. and they're not probably doing it properly. So when the complication arises, it becomes an excuse. There's a difference now from you reminding the patient that, we told you that there may be a complication. If I give you this medication, you might have erectile dysfunction. It's better when you tell me before.
Yes.
You are just reminding me that, you told me that this could happen. But if you did not take time to tell me. Now, the problem is also this. We've also found practitioners. What the law says is that you must talk to the patient in the language the patient understands.
Important.
And it's very important that I say this. Doctors will come to patients at times and say, your carcinoma has metastasized.
Yes.
Your PAC cell volume is low. Things like that. And then you are nodding because you too want to feel like you're educated. But you have no idea what that person has said. So he has not spoken to you in the language you understand. So it's important that these things are done, whereby you tell, so when you let the patient have a total helicopter view. Now the truth of the matter is this, that even abroad, consent forms can be this thick. We know that patients just sign it. They don't really read it. But you as a practitioner, what would insulate you from allegations of negligence and things like that is if you go through the informed consent process, tell the patient the outcomes, side effects, the entire gamut. However, now there's a conflict of laws. Our law also now says that you as a practitioner, you are entitled by law to limit information you give a patient. If you know that the patient doesn't have the psychological makeup
to take it.
So if you go abroad, for example, say, sorry, you have cancer, take care of your home, you have 18 months to live. If you tell a Nigerian patient that in Nigeria, you are in trouble, right? So they will say, you understand my point? You say, let us, it's not your portion. What the doctor said, exactly. So what the law says, so because of our own sociocultural bestiality is here, we tend to tone things down. So you might not really tell them exactly, you understand, the extent in which, so you hardly tell a patient that you might die, it's.
But you say these are the
you might say, but you try to tone it down, and that is actually allowed by law.
Let me get to the
question. Like what you just mentioned now, I know a lot of hospitals, when you go, when they have that consent form to sign, there is always another doctor or a nurse that will be there to be explaining everything, just like you said, where you were like, some of times we can't communicate and we can't understand. So from the legal point of view, how do you establish that there was medical negligence?
Well, for negligence to occur, the first thing is, I don't want to be too academic. The most important thing for negligence to occur is that that person must be injured.
Okay.
That person must be hurt or harmed from the errors you have made. So that's why at times people brand medical negligence anyhow. But at times, then at times I can prove that, well, they're okay. They did attend to your dad for a long time, but was going to die anyway. And the delay didn't kill him. You understand my point? It is indeed possible. So there has to be that nexus. Okay. And now what we also miss out in the course of our experience with patients who are unsatisfied is they mix it. They model medical malpractice. They model it as negligence. There is misconduct to professional respect.
Okay.
So if you as a nurse, you are rude to my family member, it's not negligence.
Misconduct.
It's misconduct.
Okay.
You understand my point? So at times, when they shout and when we investigate and then we go through the thorough rigors of investigation, we might actually find somebody liable for misconduct. You understand my point? But not negligent. So you might say, okay, the nurse didn't start on time, the nurse didn't respond on time. Yes, it might be misconduct, but it might not be negligence.
I like that you said.
Yes, so there are different things. Now I must also say this. One of the reasons why it's good for us to ensure thorough investigation is that now we have found out the plethora of cases I handle every year. A sizable chunk of practitioners who are labeled to have been negligent some of them actually stop medical practice. Some, particularly even those who come out innocent. Because there's what we call medical malpractice stress syndrome, whereby it's like a monkey on their shoulders. By the time you exonerate them, there's a pushback. You find out that it's either they move to administration or they shut down the practice. Also, we're now finding that...
So they go through trauma.
So the trauma. The trauma of...
Being dragged through
being dragged through social media, being dragged through electronic media. You go through court, you go to DPP's office, is calling you, Panty is calling you. There's some other people cloud chase, like FCCPC. We had to go to court to get judgment against them. You do not have the right to investigate medical practice. A hospital is not a hotel. So those ones who came at one point and started asking doctors for case files are like, Consumer Protection Council, you understand my point? Where do you... So we had to sue them and join Medical and Dental Council. I say, Medical and Dental Council are the ones statutorily by law required to investigate a doctor. Not somebody who's supposed to check on hotels or check on eateries. You understand my point? But everybody comes there. So now we find out that doctors at times are now compelled to just leave practice. So some of them, jackpot is there. And then again, we now find out that there's now a conflict as well. We have people who also want to invest in health sector, but then they now hear all these muddled up cases of negligence. Then, so instead of investing my money in pumping my money into health, I go into betting, sports betting. I go into others with lesser risk.
So what I hear you say is that if we don't have a proper way of investigating before going out, either public opinion getting in the way,
it does more harm than good.
It does more harm than good to the practice itself.
Yes. Okay, so I want to ask, and I'm going to use my private experience also, but my question is, to what extent do the working conditions in the hospital contribute to medical errors? Working condition of the hospital. But I want to also add my own private experience, because there was a particular time I did surgery and I was going through recovery, and after the surgery they discontinued a particular drug. I won't bother mentioning the name of the drug, but the drug is addictive for people, and it causes your skin like deteriorating. It eats into your skin if you take it for a long time. And I was, for example, I was supposed to discontinue that particular injection on a Sunday, and I was still giving the injection on a Monday and Tuesday by a nurse that was overworked.
Okay.
So the injection gave me a mini stroke. In short, now I'm just saying that I was lucky to probably survive that particular one. The doctors, the surgeons were very upset, and they was shouting and everything, but at the end of the day, it was swept under the carpet with an apology. Now, some other people might not have that grace that I had. Some people might have died in that situation. So when you have this kind of examples, what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to record to have evidence? Because now you might not even have evidence. No surgeon might even want to come and stand and say, okay, they want to tell on their own nurse or their own hospital, because if you tell them in a bad light. So what they did was a personal apology to me for that. So what should a patient in that situation also do? And the outcome of, that's why I asked, the outcome of the hospital, does it not affect the patient's health because she was overworked? So probably her mental state didn't even look at what the surgeon wrote.
Okay, let him get to answer that.
One of the things we also found out that leads to errors is what we call physician fatigue.
Okay.
Now, ratio of practitioners to patients is totally awkward. So you find somebody working in Ikeja in the morning, then in the noon, in the evening is in Badagry, then on the following Monday they're calling me to come and do another procedure in the facility. So we find out that when you have too long hours, physician fatigue sets in.
Nurses fatigue.
Nurses. It's just a general word for.
Okay.
Whereby you now make errors. You know that's why at times you go to hospitals and find the nurse is sleeping, and you have brought your husband or your dad who is in pain, and you are calling the nurse and she's sluggish. You don't know if that person has been working for the last 3-4 days without
4
hours of continuous rest. So such things at times does affect. And it can be a defense.
I don't want to hurry you. Yeah. We're just running out of time.
Yes,
I don't know if we could just...
Can we record?
Maybe answer her, just finish up answering the question in the short time and then we can go on.
But at the same time, too, if you have negative outcomes, that doesn't mean you can't complain.
Okay.
And even if a nurse makes an error, the medical law, the captain of the ship is still the doctor involved. So the doctor is still liable for errors of even those working under him.
So ideally, how should it be when something happens before investigation? How would you prefer, the information goes out before investigation?
Lodge a complaint, formally. Lodge a complaint, you understand? Now, it depends on what you want.
Let's just outline them.
Yes, lodge a complaint. If you...
The investigation starts?
The investigation starts. If you want a situation where you are demanding for something, maybe a compensation and things like that, then the less noise you make, the better. The reason is this, and I'm very brief with this. If you go on social media and say, oh, Laulu is a bad doctor, and then it's all over, and then later you tell me to come and settle for 200 million, I'll say, what do I have to lose?
Exactly.
Okay.
I've been vilified on social media, vilified in electronic media. What do I have to lose? Then again, as I round up, it's very important for our insurance practitioners as well, to do the needful. Some of them will tell you that they are insuring you, but they're only going to pay to compensate an aggrieved patient when you have been indicted. So why am I getting insurance when I've already been called a bad doctor? So what should happen is that the insurance companies should actually be proactive. If a patient is unhappy, let's say worst case scenario, I cut the wrong leg. The patient is unhappy, my insurance company should be able to deploy money for me to pay for prosthetic legs for the patient, give him something for pain and suffering, pay his legal fees, so that we don't have cases. Because it's only badly managed medical malpractice cases that get to courts. Most medical negligence cases should end at the doorstep into the courtroom by virtue of what? Settlement. But by the time you have already done media trial and all that, then what does the doctor have to lose?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us, Otumba Laulu Osoyin.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we'll continue with our show. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
In 3, 2, 1, we are live.
Welcome to E-Splash. I'm on the black carpet, and of course, it's Jubril of Lagos.
Well, that's it on Socialville.
When I say, I dare fool.
You already have Destiny Alpha. I know that.
I go shoot on for you.
You already know, guys. E-Splash give you the best of entertainment, the best of energy, best of everything you need to get your day going.
It's E-Splash every weekday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on TVC Entertainment.
Keeping hope alive.
We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silenced, even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade.
And the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
our music, and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer planting seeds in faith,
believing in rain and harvest.
Hope is the youth unafraid to rise, rewriting the story of our tomorrow.
Hope is us, millions of voices refusing to give up on the promise of this land.
Nigeria, our independence is not just history.
It is a call to keep believing,
to keep building, to keep hoping.
Now hope
they carry us.
Even when wahala they choke, we stand gidigba. Hope they waka with us for downfall.
It they gist with us for buka.
No matter the gbege, our spirit in no fit scatter. Hope now that pikin where they read ABCD and still get ogbonge dream
for hearts.
Hope now the mama with the fry akara, we see the reason say
Tomorrow go soft for her.
Naija,
Your freedom na promise.
say hope go always come, no matter wetin happen.
Think fast, play smart, win big. We Cash, the game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments. Just quick questions, quick moves, and free cash. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough for quick cash? Scan the barcode on your screen, and you just might get a chance to take your shot at instant fortune. Quick Cash, showing Mondays and Fridays on TVC Entertainment.
Every clash of ideas begin the same way. Differences could be a disagreement
Two voices, two views, standing apart.
or an argument.
A battle to win, to prove, or to conquer.
Both are
Thank you for staying with us. So a teenage girl claiming to be Davido's first daughter has publicly called for a DNA test to establish her paternity, a request the Afrobeat star has firmly rejected, saying multiple tests have already proven he is not her father. So ladies, we'd like to hear your thoughts when you read this plea from the young girl and what you thought of Davido's response. We'd also like for our viewers to join the conversation on 0201-635-2013 or 0902-416-3440. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC, and we're streaming live on YouTube. So ladies, when you heard this story, I had been hearing the story for a while now. The picture of the girl usually beside her mother, and she claimed that she had met Davido many years ago. He got her pregnant and left her, and she would complain because it seemed like with the other women in his life, he was willing to father and accept those children, but with her particularly, he didn't. He was unwilling. And now we're hearing that several DNA tests have been done.
Five, according to
Davido, that 5 have been done and all show that he's not the father. And now the girl herself, who has said she's of age, she's now 13, right? And she's now asking directly for herself with him. And Davido is saying, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. What do you think of this whole case?
It's crazy, man. I know. It's crazy. When I saw the story, I'm like, can they leave Davido alone? Can they leave Davido alone? Is it because he's a superstar and he has money? We have a lot of people who don't know their fathers and they are not looking to go and find anybody. Now you have gone to meet him. He has accepted to do DNA. According to Davido, he also says that he did not have anything to do with the mother. So I'm asking myself, if you didn't have anything to do with the mother, why did you accept in the first place to even do DNA? Well, it's possible he could have forgotten. Yes, you can forget. You can do and forget over the years.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's very possible because of how, randy he's been, and he was a young man. You meet a lot of people and all that. So I'm sure he, out of respect for the young girl and her mental health, Davido decided to put himself through, even when he can still say that I did not have anything to do with this woman. To put himself through going to do a DNA 5 times. 3 of his own hospital and 2 of the girl's hospital, so that in case you are thinking there's foul play, your own hospital is involved, and everything came out negative. They should leave this young man alone so that he can face his family. I don't know what the young girl is thinking. I don't know the stories the mother may have told her, right? So I can imagine. If I've done one DNA of a negative, made the second one of a negative, made the third one of she himself will not let me continue, you know, doing more. Because what am I looking for? Am I looking for somebody, or by divine help that they now infuse one positive inside? It's not. And these DNAs from the different hospitals, they cannot all lie, right? So I think at this point, she should have a conversation with the mother, and they should rest the case. She should look at her mother in the face.
She's a 13-year-old.
Yeah, and say, Mommy, can we leave this? It is not it.
Yes.
Please, who else?
But imagine if you thought that your father could be Davido and you're 13.
I'm telling
you. would chase it and find out. Please, who would like to go next?
Okay, I can also say Davido, maybe he did this paternity test or this DNA, from a point of, you know, when you're accused of something and probably you have this strong conviction to say, it's not me, I'm going to prove it, maybe that's why I know that. But I want to play devil advocate a little. You said they should leave Davido alone. Why did they leave Davido alone?
Okay.
Let me tell you, Davido on his own, he created this issue around him. Is he the only celebrity? There are some other celebrity without stigma or without stain. They decide that, okay, they want to be a celebrity, but they still decide that they're going to be righteous, pious, responsible, whatever you want to call it. Yes, now. But Davido, wait first. Are you Davido? I said, let me be devil advocate.
All right.
Now, Davido on his own, we all know his history.
Okay.
We know say Davido is always a piam. Before, okay, let's say
what's the English version of that?
Piam.
Yes.
Piam.
What does it mean?
Piam. Now let's leave it like that. So now, not one, not two. Women has come. Yes, we know that Davido doesn't deny his own. So probably, yes, that's a point for him. But the fact remains that Davido was not a chase guy, basically they call him like he was not a young boy. Excuse me, are you enabling a bad character? Are they not young men growing up that they are not doing this? Or are you telling me that they are no responsible men?
What I'm trying to say is that a young boy making his mistakes, and probably someone is taking advantage of his mistakes.
Are you saying at the age of 18 you don't know the outcome of having that? Even shows that he was even having unprotected pokri.
He has children.
No, that's what I'm saying. That means that's not a responsible life.
I mean a dictionary next time you're on the show. Looking at
the It's just like, I'll use this. Let me leave the context a bit of Davido. I'm a thief. Oh, no, I'm not using myself. Somebody's a thief. The person has been stealing. All of a sudden, the person now became a whole new leaf. But everybody already knows that person as a criminal, as a thief. So if your phone meets here, you will say it is that person.
Okay.
You will suspect that person, even if it is not the person. The person said, it's not me. The boy that cried wolf. At the end of the day, when the wolf came to eat him, did anybody come to help him? No. So Davido now is not paying for the so-called mistake you said he's doing in the past.
Okay, we understand.
People cannot boldly come and say, so Davido did this to me, because that's his history.
DNA test that he's done, what does
that mean? Exactly. Have I seen the result? How do I know? Has he agreed? No, but how many of them have Kubana agree? Okay, his own.
You make a point there, what do you think?
Okay, yeah, so it's true because he has lived a reckless. Yeah, it's true because he has lived a reckless life before. Thank you, reckless. That's why I think all of these things are coming out. But he has come out, he has proved himself. One thing I like about Davido is that he loves his fans. And he always tries as much as possible to make sure that, they are okay and nothing is held against him. So I think that was why he went for that test. But I mean, Moyo, five DNA tests, and all of them came out negative. What is she looking for? What do they want from him? And me now, I'm beginning to think maybe he's not this Davido. You know, then in secondary school, you have so many Davido. David P. Adeleke, David C. Adeleke. Maybe it's not this one. Do you understand? And then, something came out. So many names. But please, I know why they want. They are shouting five DNA tests. How do you know? From our own hospital. How do you said it now? He said, is there any proof? And how do you know that? No, not call for me. Just bring the advocate. How do we know that
It's good to ask questions.
Based on the fact, say, he's popular, he's rich, he can do things and get away with it. How do you know that he has not settled?
He has not settled. But I don't think
let me leave it like that. So,
I read somewhere in one of the comments. Okay, so I read somewhere in one of the comments. They said that family, they don't throw away their children. So they don't throw away their children. So if it's his own, I think, I can't vouch for him. I don't know him very well. But I know that he'll be responsible. Because so far, he has kids outside wedlock now. We can see how much he's taking good care of them. He shows up as a father as much as possible. And now this guy has come out and said he has turned a new leaf. Why is everyone coming out? Everywhere coming out and saying, but he's trying to make sure that he's clean. It's okay. Seriously.
I wanted to say that I think at this point we need to start asking the woman the questions of how many people she had interactions with at the time she got pregnant for this lady.
And she was an escort, according to what I heard.
She didn't her job. You're just telling me now. She have told me from the beginning. Allegedly. Okay, so she needs to tell us how many people that's Banyeba, right? Then we can ask that, okay, Davido has cancelled. James on a day can cancel. It made DNA for that one.
But does Davido need to be involved in that process?
No, I said it from the beginning that they should leave Davido alone. He has done his part. The girl now and the mother need to go and have their own private, we don't even need to see their private conversation, and she needs to be open to her child since the child is now asking these questions. It's possible the child did not start asking who my father is. It's possible she's the one that started, because at that age I don't think children would ask, but they will not push to say let's do a DNA. They won't go to the extent of coming out to say let us test it. There's a push somewhere, and it's definitely the mother who is pushing because it's Davido. So now that Davido has cancelled, the other people that banjied at that time should still go and check so that they too will cancel. Let's know who this girl needs to know who her father is, because she's been asking. People make mistakes. A lot of us were lucky because at the time we were making our mistakes, there was no social media to hold it against us.
And you were not a popular music star.
Thank you. We're in our villages, in our different schools, in our different cocoons, and people were canceling mistakes up and down. And today there's no landmark. There's something somebody told me when I was 16. At the time there was an option of we found a job in the UK for you to come and model. And my father was of the opinion that I'm not going to allow you do that. You have to finish school first. Once you finish university, any other thing you want to be, I will not stop you. So this guy had this conversation with me and now said that as I go in life, I should be very careful not to make a landmark mistake, right? Because as a young person, you make mistakes, things will happen. But what stops people is when they now make a landmark mistakes that as you are working every day, you're waking up every day, you are looking at your mistake. It can derail them. Now we are in a world that is a bit more compassionate. Even with those mistakes, we don't see them as mistakes anymore. We say this is what God has planned, this is how it's supposed to have happened. We find a way to put the positives on it. But at the time we were growing up, mistakes were mistakes.
So
if you for instance you have a child out of wedlock, from where I'm coming from, you are disowned. Nobody will take care of you. You are
male
left
or
on
female?
the street. Female.
The boy is allowed to go out, right? But I just wanted to say, I feel like we've established whether this child is his or not based on DNA. But this is not the first time that this has happened. Recently, I think they just finally threw out a case against Jay-Z. This young man he and his mother had been claiming that he was the boy's father for many years. And finally they went to court and it's been thrown out, like it's baseless. There's nothing. And I wonder what Davido can do next. So I'm wondering about what this means for people in the limelight, for people who are popular or who are making a lot of money. These sort of claims that come, what are the things that they need to put in place going forward? Do you understand my question? What are the sort of things that they need to protect themselves against going forward? And what step can he take himself legally against this allegation or accusation, since he's proven that he's not the father, to deter other women who may feel like this? Because I think what we haven't really talked about is that there are some people that this is how they make their money. So it's either she makes money from this or she gets famous from this, what are the steps, or have there been other situations where you've seen something like this, and how did that pan out?
For me, a strong deterrent is very important. Davido should not be, because I know he has a kind heart.
Yeah.
He's a very forgiving person. God has blessed him with it. But even in forgiveness, even if we go to the scriptures, God will still forgive you of your sin. But you see, that punishment, he will collect it. He forgave David for killing Bathsheba, killing the husband and taking the wife. But he told him that your house will upturn, and he collected his own punishment. So Davido needs to make a statement by suing this woman for this stress.
I think I agree.
Sue this, I don't want to, the word that entered my mouth, I don't want to use it. Sue this woman, sue her, just sue her for this stress.
Okay.
Sue her to the extent that any other person that wants to think of, let me target RMD, let me target Davido, let me target Two-Face, will say, Omo, if I go and it's a lie, what I will collect, I don't think I have the energy for it. So that people will leave these people alone. They have a lot of issues. They have a lot of temptations because of their status, their gifts, and all of that. And then you bring your own to add to their own problems that they have already. I think it's unfair, and we need to do better. Go and hustle and take care of your children.
Yeah, on that note, let's go on a short break. When we come back, we'll continue with our conversation. Don't go anywhere.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
In 3, 2, 1, we are live.
Welcome to Eastland. I'm on the black carpet, and of course, it's Jubril of Lagos.
Well, that's it on Socialville.
When I say, I dare fool.
You already have Destiny Alpha. I know that.
I go shoot out for you.
You already know, guys. E-Splash give you the best of entertainment, the best of energy, best of everything you need to get your day going.
It's E-Splash every weekday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on TVC Entertainment.
Keeping hope alive.
We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silenced, even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade.
And the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
Our music, and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer planting seeds in faith.
Believing in rain and harvest. Hope is the youth unafraid to rise, rewriting the story of our tomorrow.
Hope is us. Millions of voices refusing to give up on the promise of this land.
Nigeria, our independence is not just history.
It is a call to keep believing,
To keep building, to keep hoping.
Now hope
they carry us.
even when wahala dey choke, we stand gidigba. Hope dey waka with us for downfall.
It dey gist with us for buka.
No matter the gbege, our spirit e no fit scatter. Hope na that pikin wey dey read ABCD and still get ogbonge dream for hearts.
Hope na the mama wey dey fry akara, wey see the reason say
Tomorrow go soft for am.
Naija,
your freedom na promise. Say hope go always come, no matter wetin happen.
Think fast, play smart, win big. We Cash, the game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments, just quick questions, quick moves, and free cash. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough for quick cash? Scan the barcode on your screen and you just might get a chance to take your shot at instant fortune. Quick Cash, showing Mondays and Fridays on TVC Entertainment.
every clash of ideas begin the same way, differences could be a disagreement.
Two voices, two views.
Thank you for staying with us. So Ramota was saying that this has happened to other people in different countries, and in those countries they have a way that they handle it. How do you think Davido should handle this?
Okay, so for me, I think he should sue her, just like what BC said. I think he should sue her. But another thing I would suggest is that since he has done all those tests, he should bring them out to the public. He should show the public, since she has come out, you know, in public to say these are the things going on. So another thing is for him, I think he should do another test just because she's asking. Even though if he's my child doing test up and down,
how many tests does he need to do before?
So, but then let him just publish it. Let him publish the ones he has done, and let him list the hospital, just like what, because I saw the conversation between him and her, and she was saying that where are the hospitals, what are the, you know, all of those things. So he should make it open now. Since the girl is coming out and saying all of this, he should just make it open. And then this is just a lesson for everyone. Make sure that we leave a, you know,
no, some people have, you know, I know we want to make it about Davido's past, but there are some people who have lived really good, righteous, pious lives and have still been accused of things like that until they're finally proven innocent.
But most times when things like that happen, you will see a lot of Nigerians or a lot of people supporting us, say, no, this person is not of this kind of character. So sometimes when we do things and we just say we are just randy or we are just doing things, not thinking about the future, saying hey, we are young back then, nothing like that. Because every action, every deed you take, no matter how you want to claim it's a mistake, you had a choice. You had a conscience that was telling you, but you didn't care. So at the end of the day, your past actions or your past sins, we are all sinners. And I'm not saying I'm a saint. And I'm not saying that there are things I did not regret doing in the past. But for me to shy away from my own mistake and say, hey, but I've repented now, or hey, I've done. No, your actions is definitely going to meet you in the front. It's just like that. That's what the ripple effect of the choices of your actions going on.
Before you get in there, let's get this call. Chinwe is on the phone from Ojota. Good morning, Chinwe.
Yeah, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. About the lady that's claiming that the video got her pregnant.
Yes.
It's not too bad that a lady should come out and say that a man got her pregnant. And what I like Davido is that Davido is a striker.
Okay.
He's a striker just like me, because I don't thief, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I strike, and I don't deny what I do. So when you see people who are proud of what they do, because I don't see somebody who organized somebody who committed a crime. It's a man who humanized and he's proud, and he doesn't go to people's wife. You go to single ladies. So I don't see anything wrong with it. So let that lady, as Davido have agreed to do the first DNA test, let that lady go and find where she got that pregnant. Because I don't think that Davido knows anything about that pregnancy. But that woman on white scarf should stop condemning Davido, because Davido has.
Okay, thank you, Chira, for your contribution. You were saying more.
Okay, so he said the woman on white scarf should not. I'm just following what I know already that has been happening before. I'm not saying Davido is the owner. Let me make it clear. I'm not saying Davido is the father. I'm only saying based on what he has been doing in the past. It's a bit,
understand why?
I understand why, and we need to also understand the girl's mental state. She said everybody will want to know their family history or heritage. Now, Davido has come out to say he has done 5 DNA tests, but that is Davido's word. And if we want to be factual, we need concrete proof. No be so. In life, there's proof. There's, if you want to go to court, safe, you need proof to say, oh, this is it, oh, I've done this, I've done that. Because there's a post now, we don't know how true it is, so let's just say allegedly. Now there's a post from the woman complaining about everything, accusing, she's even making a lot of accusation here, stating that it's even a fake, it's a lab they went to, and she was even saying that the person there was a fake Nollywood actor that they paid to come and do it, blah, blah, blah. So there are a lot of accusation that she's even accusing here. Let's just say, yes, exactly. So she's even saying that the language use was bad, and that, you know, she's going to request for the US State Department to contact the embassy in Lagos or Abuja to help supervise and witness a clean, independent DNA, which is a good step.
Fantastic. Well, let's hear what Lucy has to say. Lucy from Your Boy has called. Good morning, Lucy.
Hello, good morning, madam. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
We can hear you, Lucy. Go ahead.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is that after going for 5 tests and the same result is the same coming out, there's a saying in those days that our mother used to tell us, it's a woman that knows who owns a child. So we have to ask the woman, who is the father of this young girl? There is no need of bothering like Davido or this or that. Let the girl ask the mother, who is my father? She knows the one. In those days when there was no test or none, they will always ask a woman, who is the owner of this child? So let her tell them the father of the girl. Thank you very much. God bless.
Thank you, Lucy. I know a lot of you saw that drama. I was just asking for more volume, that's all.
Okay, so she's, you know, she's a young girl, and I don't know what she's expecting. I know of somebody that's, at some point he's been staying with his mom. Then he was far older, like 20-something, and he said he really wanted to meet his dad. And he came and was looking for his dad. The mom said she cannot remember, but she knows it's between this person, this person, this person. So she should find out between these 3 people who the father is. So he came around, and then he was able to meet them, and they were reasonable people, and they were like, yeah, I really know your mom and everything. I knew her that time.
We had something.
We had something. So they decided to go and do a test. One of them accepted. At the end of the day, the result came out, and one of them was truly his dad. And that his dad was a rich man. So what he expected was what he got. But at the end of the day, the father, that man that was his father, refused to play that role of a father. So they should prepare her, even after, if he agrees to do the test, whatever it is that she's expecting in her mind,
she may not get
it. She should not expect it, because after the test, if let's say Davido happens to be her dad, and if Davido refuses to carry out his fatherly responsibility, she should just expect that, okay, this is her, exactly. And so because if there's a motive or there's something she's after.
I mean, that brings us to the question of this mental health, especially when we're dealing with a 13-year-old. And who should be held accountable in this case? If it turns out, so this is a mother that is insisting that this is your father, and this 13-year-old now is old enough to now by herself independently reach out to this supposed dad. Imagine, can we talk about what this would mean for her, whether it turns out that he is her father or not?
So this is my forte, talking about teenagers and how we can help their mental health. I think the mother has not protected this child one bit. Your first responsibility as a parent, I always say, unfortunately, many people just get married, have the children without really thinking through what they are bringing into the earth and how they intend to protect that child. Your first responsibility is to protect, to love, and to protect your children to the best of your ability, no matter how long that you can, as far as you can, as long as you can, right? And you already know that by the standards of society, you have somewhat made a mistake. Now the mistake is because you are not exactly sure who the father is. It's not that you had something to do, of course. People are allowed to have sexual relationships, sexual relations with other people, but you are not very sure of who the father is. I would have expected that you hoard the information from this child till she's of age to understand. We've seen mothers who, the daughter will say, who is my daddy? They will say, don't worry, we'll talk about it later. They can push this.
The way she has handled this,
she has not paid attention to the mental health of this teenager. Teenagers are still developing. They are in the precipice of, I'm an adult, I am not an adult. I'm an adult, I'm a child. Their brain has not fully developed. Their prefrontal cortex is still developing. They are still finding out about their identity. Who am I not? Life can change in any way, and they are affected negatively. We are constantly, I wrote a book on empowering teenagers, and it was so important to me because I knew as a teenager some of the things that I went through that I felt I was not really protected enough. My parents did not protect me enough, and it affected me into adulthood that I had to start doing therapy for till today. So it's not a joke. She has missed it here. I think at this moment she should take herself off social media, make peace with that girl, make her understand. That's Ramatu's point, which is ensure that you are not expecting anything in case. Would also help to cushion the mental health effect. I wonder how we can do that with a 13-year-old. She's so young. We have Hassan on the line. Good morning, Hassan.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Please, I want to say something here. I can see all of you, majority of you on that executive table are on the side of Davido. Please, in real sense of it, it's good for us to be proactive, not to be defensive.
Okay.
The whole blame goes to Davido. No matter what. You see, women knew what they are doing. They know what they are doing. When it comes to this sexual relationship, they know what they are doing. In the sense that any woman you wanted to have any relationship, sexual relationship with, and you came up with your condom, she knows, you know what they are doing, and you are not ready for nonsense. You see, all the blame goes to Davido. It's not an irresponsible, it's an irresponsible president. I'm very sorry to say this from here. Right from day one, he started wrongly. And up to tomorrow, he's still having the same problem.
Oh, really?
Recently, a lady from US came up with the same thing. You see, this innocent girl you are seeing, she was bullied in school for not having a father. And it's a matter of concern for her.
Okay.
Before I come to the mother is an irresponsible mother. Because women now are gold diggers. Gold diggers. Because they don't want to work, they don't want to do anything. All they rely on is for a man to go and work and do whatsoever. They are looking for successful men to have children with. That's why you have single mothers all around, everywhere.
Wow.
We see it happening now, and nobody is talking. But Davido, as a person, as any man, this message is for men. That look, please, if you must go immoral, if you cannot hold it, please go with your condom, please. And women knows what they are doing. Any man that comes up with condom, they will never come up with anything called child outside wedlock. They will never do that with it. They knew. But people are sleeping in this era of HIV, in this era of hepatitis, in this era of many sexually transmitted diseases. Somebody of his caliber still sleeping with women around nakedly.
This child is 13 years old and he's done 5 DNA tests. What do you think he can do again to prove
Madam?
Yes, I'm listening. Looks like we lost him.
Can I?
Okay.
So I just want to say, I didn't support Davido. I've said it that Davido has already created this issue for himself from the past life. So even if he's changing now, it's going to be a very difficult thing because that is the kind of person that he has been. And I said it earlier on that he wasn't even protecting himself. Now you say he has changed, but we keep forgetting that some things we do is the ripple effect. I said it before, and it also has spiritual implication. Forget the fact some people just feel like spiritual implication is only just about losing money financially or anything like that. When you live a wayward life and you are even living a world like without even protection. What
I think the question I want to find out is that because I have sinned before, and if I retrace my steps, I can never be forgiven.
No, nobody's saying you can never be forgiven. But you should understand that there's always consequences for our action. There's repercussion for our actions. Our past deeds that we've done. Do you think everything is going to go away? Okay, now you got pregnant. Let me just say, for example, I was wayward. Maybe I was an escort in my past life. Right? Or can I use that word? Past life, my past, I'm a brand new person again. But maybe I've gotten some sexually transmitted disease, or maybe I have unwanted pregnancy. Is it going to go away just because I've changed a new leaf? No.
It will not go away, but you can do DNA tests to confirm if
you can do so.
You can get treatments.
But don't forget that your action now, your past action now is affecting your future because it's affecting your child's mental health now.
Okay, so let me say something.
The woman should have done the DNA a long time ago. This thing she wants to do.
So now I want to think about the girl child. You understand? She's just 13. Say I was in her mother's shoes. I've tried to reach out to Davido, and Davido has done, like what he said, he has done 5 tests. Let's say he didn't even do it or something. For me, if he comes out and he says he doesn't want to claim the girl, I will take my child back. Do you understand? I'll cook up a very beautiful story that will help her mentally. Because all of these things, yes, she said she was bullied in school. And all, now she has even exposed the story more. She has exposed herself. And she's not mentally, she's not in that mental space to be able to handle the backlash that will come from this. So I'll protect my child. I'll give her all the stories that will make her, I can even go as far as lying. Just to make sure that her mental state is in place.
Protect.
You understand?
That's what I expect, yeah.
So that's what the mother should have done from the beginning, and then let Davido be. You know,
that's an ideal situation, but that's not the situation we're facing here. Right, we're looking at, I think Hassan sort of, touched on it a bit. We're looking at a society where we're saying, if he happens to be her father and he has all this money, why should I cook up a story when we can get out of this largesse and take care of his child? Why should we be ideal? Why should the father be let go and I'll cook up the story? How old is the girl in question, the mother in question too? Seemed to have been a young girl, you know, when all this happened. And if someone can pay the bills, why should I keep paying the bills?
Yes, but you know their history has shown us over the years that there are fathers who will still have all the money and refuse to take care of the particular child. So and there's nothing anybody can do about it. Even when you take the matter to court, they can say, I'm not earning so and so, or you drop 500 naira every month. And even that 500 naira, after 1 month, 2 months, he will not drop. And heaven will not fall. And when that child becomes successful tomorrow, you say, let me go and still look for the same father that was a deadbeat father. We've seen that. So there are no absolutes. There's nothing you could have done that may have a different outlook. There are people who, they've not lived any rough life. Somebody just wants to target them and say there's a popular, I don't want to mention his name, he's a gospel singer that was targeted. Somebody say he gave somebody belly, and the way the guy shouted and rained fire and Holy Ghost, the person had to retract. They saw a baby and they said the baby looked exactly
like yes, I remember that story.
How do you see such a person that you can even track his life, his career, his attitude, his character? You can track it. He doesn't hide it. And you target that person to come and do that kind of thing too. So Davido is a small fish as far as I'm concerned, because make woman not mean you. A woman can just mean you and decide to ruin your life, and there's nothing. Even the Bible said it. A woman that's scorned, not even go there. So they are not. It's not about. So I'm not exonerating Davido for living the way he lived.
Life.
That's different. This could have come. This may not have come. He's not the only musician that lives this way. And there are some that people, they will just look at you and feel like, I cannot try this person. Davido is nice. Davido has a very good personality. He's friendly, he's accommodating, he's generous. So people can sit back and say, how do I get something out of this person? How do I take advantage of this person because of who he is? There are other people they are doing, if they enter here, they will do several people here and they will move on. And you dare not come close to them to say, I want to accuse you of
because they are not accessible.
They are not accessible. So because it's accessible, it's possible this may just be something somebody's doing. But whether he has money or not, he still has a choice to say, I'm not taking. People reject children now. I'm not taking I am not spending on you. We don't have that relationship. Go and train your child, and heaven will not fall.
Yeah.
So this woman, like you rightly said, needs to prepare that child's mind. If actually Davido is the father, he may choose not to accept her.
You know, and brilliant. You know, there's I want us to go a little backwards when we're talking about DNA. You took her message, and she wants a more public DNA testing. I feel that we should talk about that. Is he obligated to do a public DNA testing? Should he be forced to do that? Is it not against his own right as a person? Since privately he's been able to prove that he's not the father.
Okay, so for me personally, first of all, I even want to establish something. Sorry. I don't even like the way he responded to the girl. Okay. Do you understand? Yes, she may have come to his DM several times, and the way the words he used, he's supposed to understand that that's a child he's talking to. So there's a way he's supposed to behave. Like he doesn't have to be her father biologically, but he can be a father and just, okay, this is what's happening, this is what's happening, let me see what I can do about it.
What if he responds that?
But he was just responding and using some kind of words on her, and I mean, so that alone too can even make her feel terrible about herself. And then the question you asked, you said, so
should he do a public DNA test?
So
who pay for the DNA?
He will have to pay for it, because
why?
Of course they don't have that kind of money.
Shouldn't the burden be on the person that's trying to
sake of the child? He should do it for the sake of the child, because this time around it's the child that reached out.
Moya, what do you think?
So okay, since we are not lawyers, legal, so I checked and they said yes, a man can be legally compelled by a court to take a DNA test, especially in paternity or child support case.
A public one.
Yes, a man can be forced, but physical force isn't used. Refusal leads to serious legal consequences, such as the courts presuming him to be the father and ordering child support, which can result in wage garnishment. While it infringes on privacy, courts prioritize the child's welfare, making refusal detrimental, as it often results in automatic paternity being assigned. So if he refuses it, he will be forced to be the father. Okay. So that is why he had to do the DNA test. Now the lady in question is debunking that DNA test, saying it is not right. He used this blah blah blah, his connection to do it. It's not a lab everything. So now she's saying she's going to reach out to the US consul, and they are going to do their own public legal, in her own words, legal DNA. So this is what I wish she has done earlier on. Instead of this torment and torture with the child is going through, Jonathan, stretching it that way, you would have known yes or no, and you'd have told your child, oh, I'm sorry, this is the life I also lived, and I thought he was the one. He's not the one. Let's move on, and show love to your child and all that. But well, it's never too late though. But I'm just saying that Davido's word of saying he has done 5 DNA tests is just his word. That's what I'm taking. It's just his
that
word.
law that you read now, you're forgetting to add the clause of we're in Nigeria.
Exactly.
The court is still the court. The court can give all of their judgments and pronouncement and all of that. The people is the problem. How many people actually follow what the court? I've seen issues like this where the court give an injunction, judgment, you pay this alimony, you pay this, you pay this, you pay this, and they don't follow up. And after a while, the person said that is supposed to be collecting is tired of going back to the court to say he's not paying. He's not paying.
It's just the financial obligation. I feel that sometimes we want to have an identity. She wants to know. She wants to be validated that I have a father. Do you understand? It's different from saying you are nobody.
But I don't even think the court can force a relationship. They may force financial obligation. So he shows up for her financially, but they cannot force him to bond no, or have a relationship.
She's not a nobody. According to how she's feeling now. She has a father somewhere.
If you have a father and your father rejects you, do you still have a father? Because it's based on you have a father as long as you have been accepted.
What about the stigma
into the name? No, leave stigma.
She's talking about.
You have a father as long as you have been accepted into the family, and the name is about the name. If I say no, you are not my daughter, and I'm claiming you are claiming on your own. So it's the acceptance we need to work on. Will Davido finally accept if this comes out? They do another DNA and he's the child. Will he accept that? Okay, I may not be close to you, I may not have the time, I have other obligations, I may not come to you and all of that, but okay, I am your father. Once he says that, she can go with the name. If he says, no, I am not your father, even if DNA does positive, no law can make him put his name by her. No law can do that.
So that's just it.
So, like I see a situation. I see a situation. If this is just scenarios you're making up. He turns out to be her father, and then there's a party being thrown at the Adeleke's house, and she's not invited. I think it would be even more glaring in that place. If, in that situation. If the DNA comes out and everyone say, oh, so he's her father, but he doesn't invite her for events like this. He doesn't take pictures with her. Do you understand? I feel that the trauma will even be much more than trying to decide whether he's her father.
So that's a case of full-blown rejection. And that's why mothers from our mother's time, before they go and start saying, let this person accept this child, they are sure that the person will accept. Many people have lived their lives, nothing has stopped, they don't know their fathers. Nothing changed, their destiny was glorious, because the mother just knew that this person that I had something to do with, they are mad in their family. I don't want to expose my child to this trauma. And they protect that child. I think this lady has failed to do that.
Yeah, so somebody, there's a comment, somebody wrote that, Ramo, to you, protect your child by lying to your child. Yes, I will with my full chest to protect my child. I can do anything to protect my child. Did anybody help me 9 months when I was carrying that child? All the stress and everything, especially someone like me that I go through hell. I'll raise my child. I'll protect my child. Any lie that I can lie to make my child feel okay, comfortable. Please,
till she's of
she's at the right age where she can be able
what age would have been the best?
18, in fact, when she's like 21,
like
even 18 is still a child, because my child is 18 and she still behaves like a child. So till like 21,
16K.
Depending on the maturity of the child.
Can I say 16, especially if you're dealing with someone who is well known? So if you are told the person a lie for a while, this is somebody that is well known. Stories may filter in here and there. I'll make sure I protect my child before that child is going into the world. For me, I feel that
I will look at the maturity of the child. There are children that mature early who have a better understanding. There are children that are just children. That information may just change the trajectory.
But there is, you people say it now, there has to be a age appropriate way of introducing that kind of conversation.
Generally, I think you should just wait till when the child is like 21.
But I think one thing we've not talked about, have you people seen all those paternity courts?
Yes, those shows. Yes, it's interesting.
Yes. And when there's one that the woman will tell the story, you would lay down your life with her.
She's telling the truth.
That she's telling the truth. And the person standing is the father, and then the test comes out. And then they say he's not the father.
He's not
and
the
then
father.
she says, oh, okay, that's true. There was one other person I met, but it was just for 2 minutes.
But there was one I watched actually. That one, he was not happy. He cried because when the result came out and they told him he wasn't the father of that child, he was so upset and all. And then at the end of the day, he now told the court that can he adopt the child? You understand? You can you see those kind of things.
They used to tell us in the olden days that a woman knows the father of the child. These days I'm beginning to doubt it from the things that I'm seeing. Because if you've had sexual relations with like 3 people at the same period of your ovulation, there's no way you will know the father of your child. And that's what causes all of this. You're not pointing, Mr. John came first that day. And the evening, and that's all Mr. Joseph. Then Emeka entered like, you're not, oh God help us. So
that is why if you follow what God says, abstain, do this, wait till this, it saves a whole lot. But when you decide that you want to follow Shaitan, this is the problem.
So that is one part of the conversation, talking about how we behave behave ourselves. This is a message to young people. Behave yourself, protect yourself. Protect yourself. Now you may not see the implication or the impact, but in future it will affect you. But then the second part of the story is also that there are people who may be out to get you. So we need to also prepare our children who are going out into the world, who end up being successful, on how to protect themselves from people who will take advantage of the positions that they that they've worked hard to get there. And also a message, I think I'm hearing this recurring. Hassan has made this thing more than twice now, where he's talking about this new wave of women who have decided to just sit back, wait for men who are doing well, and then latch on to them and decide that this person is going to be the one that is going to be paying
for the rest of
pay my
life.
bills, or as long as I have this child. Or somebody like this who is claiming allegedly that somebody is the father of her child, even though 5 DNA tests have proven that she's not. You know, so there are different parts of this story.
What Hassan has said is the truth, and it didn't just start today. It's been from time immemorial, right? We will always have bad people. We'll always have lazy people. We'll always have people who want to take advantage of the kind heart and goodness of other people. We always have people who are constantly hatching. Growing up, we used to have mothers that would tell their daughter, that person, get belay for her now. Yes, have you forgotten? Get belay for her.
Have you forgotten? I was not here.
You grew up in that era. That's what I'm saying. Hold on, get pregnant for this person. Tie him down with this pregnancy. So he's doing well. You don't even need to stress yourself. We will always have those people. But we need to begin to take accountability for ourselves and the people around us. We can preach to the world, but everybody at the end of the day has a choice to choose whether to be bad or good, to do right or do bad. But you, the people around you, what are you showing to the younger people? How are you empowering your young people? You can take care of yourself. You can hone your skill. You can do your work. You don't have to wait for somebody to now be the one paying your bills. You can pay. There's pride in spending your own money. There's pride in doing things for yourself. Even if I have my own money just to save it, so that I don't like spending my own. I want to save my own. But the fact that I have my own, and I can, there's what they call vex money. I can vex and say, Mr. Uche, I'm taking a trip and I'm paying for it. I can vex and do that, right? It gives you that sense of accomplishment as a human being. So if we can do that, we will limit, we will not end, because we will always have bad people. As long as there's sun during the day, there's moon at night, yin and yang, we will always have people who choose the other side.
Hassan also mentioned something where he also said, I agree with this, but he also mentioned something where he also said that we should also be responsible for ourselves. Now, I'm just saying now, you have people that want to take advantage of you, but you shouldn't put yourself in a position where people will take advantage of you. So you need to be cautious. You need to understand that I have a responsibility to myself. I have a responsibility to my future. Don't just say, I mean, anything that goes, money can sweep it under the carpet. Don't just say, oh, well, wherever, I can deny this person, I can do this. You need to start owning up, because there are so many other people now that are not, they are not yet stars, but they can be stars. And these are supposed to be their role model. They're supposed to be emulating this kind of people. So at the end of the day, let's just be mindful and know that every consequences has its own repercussion, no matter what. So I'm just going to stop there.
Okay, so for what he just said, I would say that
do we have
a lot of women are not waiting anymore that much anymore. A lot of women are coming up, sitting up to make sure that they provide for themselves, they help themselves. So yeah, so let's hope that this thing will come out.
Yes. Okay, here.
Very well.
This person said, Yetunde, sorry, oh, okay. That little girl is just a victim at Yetunde Onanike 4074. She said she missed Nimat. And then President Tosha said, I don't understand what some of you are saying. If the DNA is positive, why should Davido not accept it? Is it money that is the problem or what? Does anybody else want to?
Yetunde Sonaike also says, the girl should go to Justice Fumi in Ikeja. Such paternity cases are handled there. Davido must be compelled to do authentic DNA tests. That is a court of competent jurisdiction, and it is free. I think she should do that as well.
Just Reason 5868 said, if the DNA is positive, then Davido will be liable to provide for the child care.
Shade says, BC, advise your idol to go and do another DNA in Dubai.
How many?
Did I tell you he's my idol?
How many DNAs will he do?
I don't even understand. I think Andrew says, my concern is for all the girls where they do kerewa.
And this one at Shade Alabi 9720 said, BC, can you confirm if really 5 DNA tests has been done? No matter your love for Davido, love him too. Please be empathic towards the girl.
What it concern me? I just gave my views.
There was a comment under the this is someone that said, oh, make I tag Dangote, make him come do DNA. So small as I am that he may be his son. Because one time
it's not my business, so I had a job to do this morning and I did it to the best of my ability.
Like one son, I introduced him to
everybody was.
You see, and that was another case. But we've come to the end of the show. Thank you so much, ladies, and to our viewers. Thank you for joining us. YouTube community, thank you for always sending us your comments. We appreciate it. And now that's all we can do. So we're done for today. We have don't forget to join the Pigeon Ladies tomorrow for another hot version, Pigeon version of Your View. Bye.
Bye.